Yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back with another edition, another video here. Early morning edition, all right, on a Sunday. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, please. It helps me grow my channel. It helps me get this information out to you guys, all right? Click that, bell. I don't have any really subscribers or anything like that yet, but, I hear people saying that stuff. So anyway, this video is going to be a quick video about the differences or how Michael Jordan built his team and how he made his teammates better. It's not how a lot of people think when they think about making players better. They think about, on the court, numbers and, things like that. But there are other ways to make people around you better, right? And one of the ways that you can do that is by mental toughness, right? Making them mentally stronger. And one of the ways you can be mentally stronger or become mentally stronger is called through attrition, right? And that's how Michael Jordan built his teams. Michael Jordan built his teams through attrition, man. He put your feet to the fire, It's almost the equivalent, of how you train like Navy SEALs and these top, special forces kind of people, or any kind of top, level of anything that takes any kind of training, right? You have to put people's feet to the fire, man. You have to see if you can break them. When I was in the military, that's what they would say they do, right? They break you down to build you up, right? So that's what Michael Jordan basically did. And if you weren't able to make it through, then you weren't going to last. You weren't going to be a part of the Chicago Bulls organizations. And that's the thing. Michael Jordan, his practices and his mentality towards practice is ultimately what made the Bulls the Bulls. Now, people can talk about, different things, as far as, leadership goes, and there's different ways to lead, right? But Michael Jordan, he led by example, and like I said, he put his team through the fire. So at the end of practices, when these games came and Michael Jordan needed his teammates there, he needed them to step up. Guess what? They were there to step up. They were there for him when he needed them because of the intense practices that they went through time and time again. You would often hear, players from the Bulls past say things like, practices were so intense that when the games finally came, it was easy, right? It was like, oh my God, I can't believe, that we're in the NBA Finals or we're in the Eastern Conference Finals or something like that. And, the intensity is the same as it was in practice. That's crazy when you think about that, but that's what Michael Jordan did. And, no other player really, did or had a, such a claim to practice. We've often, made jokes about the Allen Iverson, practice, the whole practice thing that tirade he went on, speaking about practice in a light, kind of like, downplaying it or whatever. But for someone like a Michael Jordan, practice was everything to him in the Chicago Bulls. And that's why they were so successful. It wasn't necessarily because, people, you hear a lot of these kids, they try to make this assertion that, Pippen was like this amazing player, which he was, but not in the way that they try to make it seem like he was on the level of a Michael Jordan, even though Pippen might think in his mind he's on the level of Michael. We all know the truth. He's not on the level of Michael Jordan, right? But when you look at other guys like, Judd Bushlers, the Randy Browns, the Steve Kerrs, the Scott Williams, the Stacey Kings, the Bill Cartwrights, the Cliff Livingstons of the world, the Craig Hodges of the world, the Tony Kukoshes of the world, all of these guys, B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson, they all benefited from playing with Michael Jordan, yes, but they mostly benefited from practicing with Michael Jordan. That's where they earned their stripes, was in practice, right? Scott Burrell, right? We've seen The Last Dance. If you guys seen The Last Dance, if you haven't, check it out, man, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But Scott Burrell was another guy that got put to the fire, man, and you have to be able to take it, man. Like I said, Michael Jordan, you earned his respect by taking those kind of things. Now, was some of it, borderline? Yeah, some of it was borderline, but the results were there, so you couldn't argue with the results. if Michael Jordan wasn't getting the results, then maybe you could argue, one way or the other about his, methods. But the results were there, and that's why you have the same kind of success in these other kind of things. Like I said, where they use attrition to weed out the weaker individuals, and that's what it comes down to. Other people, they weren't interested in practicing hard or having these intense practices, to that kind of degree. A guy like a Kobe, because he wanted to emulate Jordan in every aspect, he saw that. He saw the results. So he knew that what Jordan was doing was effective. Now, Kobe and Jordan had a little bit of a difference in exactly, the details and how they operated. Everybody's a little bit different. But the end results were there for both of them. They both got the end results that they were looking for. So, that's the one thing people need to understand when they talk about how Michael Jordan built his teammates and made them better. He made them mentally tough. They were mentally tough. He didn't have to worry about these guys folding under the pressure because he put them to the pressure, right? He created diamonds out there in practice, man. So when he was out there on the court during a regular season game or a playoff game or an NBA Finals game, he was out there with a bunch of diamonds, man. Them dudes was hard. They wasn't scared of the moment. They were prepared. Whether they made shots or missed shots or, they played good or bad, they were still mentally tough. They were still mentally in the game. So that's why they were able to win a lot of those close games, the Chicago Bulls, man. They were mentally prepared, all right? So when people talk about Michael Jordan's leadership or the way that he made players better, I don't think there's any greater indication of that than those practices and how players reacted to those practices and the results that the Bulls got through those kind of intense practices. So attrition, if you don't know what the word means, look it up and you'll understand. That's how you build things. That's how you make people stronger. You break them down and you build them back up, right? You make them mentally tough, right? So, I was wanting to say something real quick at the end of this video, and it has nothing really to do with anything in particular as far as like sports goes. But, I made a short a couple of days ago, and, what's funny to me is that whenever you speak basketball, and you're putting LeBron James in a bad light, it seems to me that people get very emotional and they take it very personal. And it's funny because, I had people attacking me personally on a video that was about basketball and people had nothing to react about basketball to. So, if you guys want to make fun of my forehead wrinkle, or, my hairline or lack thereof, or any other kind of aspect of my personal appearance, that's fine. It's all game. I put myself out there. I'm not afraid. I'm not hiding behind a screen. I'm not hiding behind an avatar. I'm not hiding behind anything. So if you feel the need to attack me personally about something I said basketball-wise, that's fine. Go right ahead. But we're here to discuss basketball. That's what this is about. That was my intentions on making this page, is to discuss fitness and basketball. So for anybody that feels the need to make a personal comment about my appearance or whatever, go right ahead. But we're here to talk about basketball. Keep it about basketball, man. I'm not here for name calling. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have time for that nonsense or whatever. And, God forbid I make fun of somebody on social media or I reply to somebody harshly and they go out there and commit a suicide or something like that, or, become depressed or something like that. I mean, we know a lot of you young kids out there that take these things personal, make these personal attacks. Y'all can dish it, but y'all can't take it. So I will never attack anybody personally because, like I said, I don't know how they're going to react to it, and they might, do something drastic or whatever. But just know we're here to talk about basketball, and that's the whole thing why a lot of people hate these LeBron fans, man. Because if you say anything negative about him, they make it a personal attack on you or whatever else. I had one kid tell me, at least LeBron James is in the NBA. You're not in the NBA. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you even say to that? Like, when did I ever say I was in the NBA? When did I ever say that I was better than LeBron James at anything? That doesn't, you guys are going off on tangents. You guys don't address the actual issue. Like, you'll mention a 2011 NBA Finals and these people will go off on tangents about, how you look or, or you can't play ball or he's a millionaire. Like, all right, man. So anyway, you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you did. Click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel, Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm your boy Rob, and I'll be back for another edition, man. You all have a good one.